Hello, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is going to be titled Save Your Energy, because sometimes we don't really give all our energy to the right people. We'll give our energy, but it's usually to the wrong person. And, or we like someone and we know that they're the right person, but we tend to give our energy to them too fast, or we'll give all our energy, 100% of our energy, without them giving more than 30% of their energy. And then we wonder why it feels like it's not working out, because they're giving 30% and you're giving 90% or more. And it has to be balanced, with energy. You have to be able to give back the same amount that they're giving. And it's going to feel like it's not working if it's unbalanced like that. And sometimes we can think people are really nice, but, we can like them way too fast. There's a old saying, putting all your eggs in one basket, like you like someone way too fast. You're way too comfortable with them. And I feel like that's really why a lot of people, end up getting hurt, is because they put all their eggs in one basket. They put all their energy into one person, especially, when that person isn't giving the same energy back. And then, they want to wonder why it doesn't work. So I really think it's about having more of a vetting process when you meet people, really trying to get to know them before you put any energy in them, like when you apply for certain items, or you want to have certain jobs or do certain things, they make you do a background check. And I feel like we should do background checks for relationships. We should really try to figure out who this individual is, before we enter in a relationship with them, because sometimes we like someone so much and we like what we hear, we like what we see, and we get blinded to who they really are, or we don't realize because we're so interested in them and we put so much energy into them. We don't realize, they're not putting literally any energy or very minimal energy. And it's going to feel unbalanced and, you're going to get disappointed. So it's really just about paying attention, really paying close attention to what they do, what they say. And, it's okay to like somebody. And I feel like you should like somebody. Like, you should like people. You should grow. You should connect to people. You should do all that stuff. But it's about choosing who to do it with and being very careful with your energy. And, if you meet someone, like, especially this goes for me, if you meet someone, don't put, anything above 60% energy into them until they put 60% energy into you, because I feel like personally for me, I'll start out by giving them at least 75% energy. And, they're literally only giving me, 25 or 30 or 35 or 40, maybe 50 at a high, but usually it's like around 35%, 40%. So obviously it's going to seem like I'm doing more of the work, and, it's going to seem unfair and it's going to seem awful. And it usually happens that way because I'm so consumed with how much I want to talk to them and care about them, or maybe they're really beautiful and I just don't see the fact that they just don't care. And, I know people mean well and, they want to find someone who cares about them back. And, I feel like that's the most important thing, because I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're not going to be here forever. Everyone has a time and place where they're not going to be alive anymore. And life doesn't last forever. So I feel like people should take advantage of that and, go out there and meet people and not waste their time and do, what's best for them. And I remember, I was talking to my brother years ago, and he was talking about, like things you shouldn't do and things you should do when meeting new women. And yeah, this doesn't even apply just to women. He said this applies to people in general. He said that it's cool to ask like questions and like when you like getting to know people and putting energy into people and stuff. He said like you can ask questions, but not too detailed questions. You just have to be chill, like because people just want to talk about themselves. So, you know, and he's right. Like keep it chill, keep it level headed, keep it low, keep it at a low level. Don't get too excited, don't get too invested until you actually get to know them as a person. And that's basically what he was saying. And I agree. So, anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Again, this is one of the episodes where it's more of advice to myself. And if you guys can relate to this, then that's more of a plus. But it's pretty much me making a note to myself, pretty much. So, I'm not trying to tell you guys that you're doing this in your relationships or meeting people, but it's pretty much like a note to myself and a rant that I'm making to myself, pretty much. But other people can benefit from it too. So, anyways, thank you again for listening. Have a good one. Goodbye.